everyone, it's Kathy and welcome back to my craft room where I'm always at, or at least when y'all see me that's where I'm at. But anyway, welcome in. Let me look and see. Jennifer's here. Yes, Jennifer's here, and let's see, let me turn my volume down on my tablet. There we go. I've got both of my Jennifers are here and Phyllis is here. So I keep looking down. If you're seeing this cord, it is because my program that hooks my camera that's up here, you know what, y'all wasn't seeing that. Let's see if we can tilt that down. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Now you're not seeing my ugly cord going across my computer. Rosie's here. Welcome in, Marlene. Thank y'all for coming in. I'm hoping Kathy Duncan is here. Yay! Happy Friday to everyone. Are y'all excited about today's live? I am. I had an overwhelming response when I made the Noel card. Let's see if I can pull that one out. That's not it. This is it. When I made this card, everybody wanted to see the star card. So I thought, what would be better today than to show how to make that one. If y'all notice, I do not do a lot of my complex videos on a live. It's a little too hard and sometimes people get lost, and I think it's much easier to do those type of videos when I'm recording, because when I'm live, you know, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So, you know, that Murphy Law thing. But, hey, Carmina, so good to see you. Have I missed anyone? Hey, Lois, welcome in. We're so glad to have you. Everybody's always welcome here at Random Acts of Stampin'. And let me introduce myself. If you don't know who I am Kathy Champion. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located here in the gorgeous state of North Carolina. I'm originally from Virginia, but I've been a transplant here in North Carolina for the last 15 years. So I love it here. It has become my home, and I'm very proud to call myself a North Carolinian. So my roots are still in Virginia. Jennifer, my youngest daughter, who is moderating, she is in Virginia. And I just want to thank you for, I'm looking to see, you're from Colorado. I changed my time recently. I was coming on at 12 noon, but that was really rather early for a lot of my people that are on Mountain Time and Pacific Time. So I changed it to 2 p.m. Sometimes that can interfere with what my husband has planned, but you know, oh well. Today he's coming home, so y'all might hear a little racket in a few minutes because he gets off at 2, and sometimes he's here by 2:20, something like that. But he's going to come in, grab some stuff, and he's leaving back out because he's got to go and get some checks, something done with the car. I don't know. That's his forte, not mine. Anyway, are y'all excited? Like I was saying, everybody was so excited over, more so over my star card than they were my Noel card. So here's what we're going to do today. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I think it's so beautiful. So let me go back and look. Yeah, Carmina, welcome in. I am so glad to see my regular people, and I'm always so happy to welcome in somebody new. So again, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and point this camera down. So let me flip y'all down to my little craft area. And do you see that beautiful, this is a holographic paper that Stampin' Up! Carries. It is stunning. I did finish this card off on the inside, and this is a stamps set from a different set. The stars are brightly shining, and I thought that was so pretty. I meant to go back and stamp some blue stars around on this, but I didn't. But maybe I'll do that before the live is over. I'm going to set that out of the way. I can't open this catalog yet, but this is the brand new mini catalog, and it premieres on September the 6th. So what I say, if you want to, if y'all want to shop from this catalog and you don't have one, my regular people have a catalog in hand. I do have a couple of people I'm going to be mailing catalogs out to, probably today or tomorrow. So if you want a catalog, please email me. Jennifer will pop up my email address for you, and it'll be under this video where you can go there and actually click the link, and it will take you directly to my email, or your email with my email address in the subject line, or not the subject, but anyway. Hey Tina, welcome in. So anyway, if you need this catalog, or even if you need the annual catalog, I look at it like this. This is my shop. If you can't get a hold of a catalog, yeah, you can look at the stuff online, but y'all, I know that if you're like me, I love to be able to thumb through an actual catalog and look at it, and sometimes you feel like you can touch it if you got a catalog in your hand. I can't open this one. September the 6th, I will be able to, but a lot of you have already seen this catalog because you've already gotten it. And I said this every time since I've seen this catalog, Stampin' Up! Has outdone themselves with this catalog. And I don't know, let me know if you agree. Hey Susie, good to see you. This is that holographic paper, and you get 2 sheets of each design. This is the one that I had used on that particular piece, and look at those colors. Now when you hold it up away from the light, it just looks like silver, but the minute that light catches it, you get these beautiful, I don't want to make anybody sick, but you get those beautiful colors. And you get 2 sheets of that design, you get 2 sheets of this design, and look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And then you get 2 sheets of this darker color that looks like this. And again, it's holographic. It looks blue in one way and it looks purple in the other. Glorious, beautiful, absolutely stunning pack of paper. This is in our annual catalog, so you don't have to go and hunt for it or think I gotta wait till September to order that. You don't. This is available right now, so if you are interested in getting that paper, and I'm here to tell you it goes beautiful with this particular, I'm gonna lay this piece here because that's what we're gonna be using. I also have a piece of Starry Sky. I started to use Night of Navy, and then I thought, no, this is such a much prettier color of blue for a Starry Sky, so that's why I decided to do that. Hey Margie, welcome in. And here we have, this is what happened here. I cut my stars out when I made the Noel card, and I had this piece that had a negative background with the stars cut out, and I thought, I don't want to waste that beautiful paper, so I took a piece of the Starry Sky and put this into my my die cut machine with the dies and the embossing folder, because these are hybrid. And if you've never heard of a hybrid die, your dies, this particular one right here, oops, knock that out. This particular die right here will fit inside of your embossing folder, like, let's see, I think it goes over here. Yeah, it goes over here. And when you put that in, you will feel it when it locks in. Like that right there is locked in. Now, to say it'll stay there, it's not like it's glued in or anything. It can come loose, so you have to be careful. But you can lay your piece of cardstock over it, run that through your cut and emboss machine, and when it comes out, you're going to have this background piece that is going to be stunning with all of those embossed areas in the back. These are going to cut out and emboss all at one time, and that's how I got these, and that's how I got this. So I'm going to show y'all how to use all of that. So let's go ahead. I got my little box here. I got a piece of white paper, just a white cardstock. I've got some Versamark watermark ink, and I've got my Stampin' Up! Starry Sky ink pad. I got a couple of stamp sets. I got Night Divine because I wanted to use the stars are brightly shining. We could put Oh Holy Night or Glory to God in the Highest. We might change that up in this next card. Now, let Jennifer know if you want to be in the drawing. Hey, Alicia, welcome in. Saray, welcome in, honey. I haven't seen you in forever. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. but anyway, these are the stamp sets, and this is a bundle. So when you order the stamps and the dies, this embossing folder comes with it, because anytime you have a hybrid embossing folder, the dies come with it. Now, it is a little more pricey because you're getting dies and an embossing folder, but they're usually beautiful, and this set right here is outstandingly beautiful. So there's the stamp set that goes with that, and when you bundle, you save 10% over buying them separate. Like, say you say, oh, I just want the dies, I'm not going to use the stamp set. You get the dies in the embossing folder, and then you come back and you say, oh goodness, I wish I had bought the stamp set, and then you buy the stamp set. Well, if you'd have got it all at the get-go, you would have saved 10%. But you do you. If you only want the dies and the embossing folder, then by all means just get that. But if you want it all, just remember you can save 10%. Now, this is the Night Divine goes with the manger dies. I'm not using those today, but I want you to please stay tuned, because I've got a card in my head that I want to do with the manger scene, and y'all know how much I love the meaning of what Christmas really means, and the fact that we celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior. So Stampin' Up! Outdid themselves this year with their nativity. It is stunning. Okay, let's see if we can get all this stuff out of our way. And I'm going to do the first thing first, and that's going to be cut the stars out of this. Now, for this particular card that I'm making today, I don't need all of the stars. I need these little stars, and I need that one big one. These are not embossed. This one is. So what I want to do is I want to look at that die, and I only want, because I'm real stingy with my specialty paper, like this holographic paper. So I'm real stingy, y'all. Y'all know that. I'm going to put this in, and I'm only needing that one star. So I'm going to lay this down about to here, and I'm going to look on the back, and I know I got to come to about there to get that whole star. So I'm only going to need about half of this piece, so I'm going to put that in the trimmer, and I'm going to cut it, because yes, I'm stingy. When it comes to my specialty paper, I am just a wee bit stingy, because it's too pretty. Now, you know what? I'm going to have to lay that on there again. Let's do it like this. We know we want that like that. So I think if I cut it at 3 1/4, nah, maybe 3 1/4, maybe 3. I think 3, nah, I'm going to go 3 1/8. I want to make sure I got enough of that paper to cut it. I don't want to cut it short, because that would be wasting. So now let's see what we got. All right, let's move that trimmer out of our way. You know we're going to need it again, though, right? All right, I'm going to pop this back in to my, get it going right. And it goes over here. I'm all miscombobulated, y'all. No, it goes over here. Here we go. I had a scare this morning. I was trying to find something. It was a very important piece of paper, and I have been off kilter since I couldn't find that, but I found it. So all is good, all is well that ends well, and that did end well. That piece of paper was worth a lot of money. It was like over $1,000 on that piece of paper. So I was fit to be tied, and I kept telling Jennifer, Dennis is going to kill me. He is going to kill me dead. I'm going to die. So go ahead and plan my funeral. All of y'all that know my husband, you know he's a very gentle and tender man. So I don't think he would have killed me, but I would have hated to have been the one that had to tell him that I had lost that paper, and would have probably had a lot. It was a reimbursement from a cell phone company for paying off our phones. And I left them shortly after that, because I got my cell phone free with my internet. So I was crazy not to do that. My husband stayed with them. You know what? I need to turn that over like that. Okay. You always want to feed your folders in with the closed side going in. It helps preserve your folders. Oh, and somebody asked me why we could not, and I'm using that plate 1 and my number 4 embossing plate, because even though this is cutting, we're still pushing it through. We're still pushing it through. Hey, Nancy, I'm glad you're here. I'm still pushing it through an embossing folder, so I'm using my number 1 plate and my number 4 specialty plate. Make sure y'all can see that. And I'm going to move this out of the way for just a minute. We're going to come back in and do those little stars, but for right this minute, I want to show you just how beautiful this is. Now, it cut part of the other stars out too, and look at that piece behind it. Is that not, this is just the most beautiful set ever. Now, I could have cut the whole thing and I would have had these stars as well, but that's okay. This is all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those dies out of that embossing folder, and I'm going to set this one over to the side because that's the one we're going to use on our card. All right, the other thing that I want to do, and we're going to need to bring our embossing folder, our emboss machine back up. I am going to grab my dies back out again. I do want, Alicia, I do want to do a Christmas folio. I'm not sure yet exactly when I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll plan something in, let's say maybe November. I don't know. That would probably be, I don't know. I think that would be good. I think that would work for most people. Trying to plan everything out and trying to get it done, but I'll keep you informed. You know I will. So, I definitely want to. So it's in the works, and y'all know I'm working on or getting ready to work on a baby folio. I decided that I wanted to send my little great-grandson, my grandson and his wife, a folio for each month of the baby's life. So I've got the first month's pictures. Now I got to work on the folio. So I'm still trying to pull that together. You know what? There's just not enough. It's too much crafting and not enough time. Do y'all ever feel that way? All right, what I want to do now, I pull these out, and I got all off kilter here. I want to pull out these, and you get 2 each of these, which is great. So I can pretty much cut all 4 of these in one shot. And another thing you don't want to do with your foil, any of your foil, I don't care if it's the holographic, whether it's just your silver or your gold or bronze or champagne or whatever, you do not want to run through your embossing machine anything but just what you're needing, because it will crinkle the rest of it up. So what I usually like to do is I like to lay my pieces out, and again, I'm stingy. I'm going to cut that little end off before I run that through my embossing folder. For this, I'm just going to whack it with my scissors. And I know that if I go right along there, I'm going to be good to go. And that's going to be enough to cut my stars. So let's stick those back over there and bring up our embossing machine again. Now, when I'm not on camera, I've been using my electronic cut machine because it's sitting right over here to my right hand. And it's so easy when I'm sitting here to use it. It is very, very loud. I won't say it's as loud. I had the little Gemini Go, which was the small one. And that thing was extremely loud. This one's quiet as a mouse compared to it. Now, I'm just die cutting this time. So my number 1 plate, my number 2 die adapter, a number 3 cut plate. And I dedicate this one plate. And look at that plate. Look how nice and straight it is. It's got a lot of wear on it, but look, it's not warped at all. And if you follow my secret to your plates not warping, your plates won't warp. Now, if you're using an electronic machine, I hate to tell you, they will warp worse. Oh, there went one of my dies. That's okay. It fell right where I could reach it, so I didn't even have to get up. So this goes here, that goes there, and we're going to crank those through and get those little stars cut out. Hopefully. One of them moved on me. So I'm going to hold that tight until I get it cranking, then I can let it go. Alright, so now I believe we have done, no we haven't, I still need to emboss. Okay, stay with me, ladies, we're going to get this done. I just don't have enough room on my desk. Do y'all ever feel that way? I know Alicia does. I saw her desk. I'm picking on you, Lisa. But anyway, I'm going to cut this piece because I need a small sheet of this. So I'm going to cut this in half on the 11-inch side, and I'm going to bring my side piece over here to 5.5. And I'm going to move that score blade out of my way, and I just want to slice that. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to slice it at 4. And I'm going to cut it one more time because I want this to be 4 by 5 1/4. Right now it's 5.5. So I've got a little 1/4 inch piece off of there that, you know, we could save that for like a quilt card or something, but I probably won't. Now we need that emboss machine again, because not only can you use that embossing folder as a, let me zoom y'all out a little bit. That's a little bit better so you're not getting cross-eyed from looking at the top of that machine. But that embossing folder is so pretty because not only can you cut with it, it's still an embossing folder. So you can lay your piece in, decide where you want your patterns to fall, and I think I'm going to do it about like that. I'm not using that line this time because I'm wanting to center up these stars, and I want that big star to be pretty much in the center, and that looks, I think it's fine. What do y'all think? So we're going to bring out again just the number 1 plate and the specialty number 4 plate. And if you purchase the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you get all the plates. You don't have to buy anything separate. Everything comes with it to do all of, and I like the simplicity of it. I don't like a tool that I have to, an embossing machine. Let me correct it. I don't like an embossing machine that I have 15 different plates for. That's one of the reasons I don't think I like the, and I'm not knocking it. I know people that have the Gemini and they love it, and that's fine, but I don't have time. I just don't have time to try to figure out what plates to use. I know when I pick this one up, I know what plate I'm going to use for everything I need to do, and I love that. So, you know, but it's such a preference. You know, everybody has their own preference, and what I say is not necessarily the law of the land. We all are different, and we all do a craft different. So, all right, we've got this piece, and we've got our, what did I do with my star? Oh, it's laying on my computer. My husband just came up, so I heard the garage door open, so he will probably be in just a minute, but y'all might hear me wave or say hey to him. But anyway, so we've got that, and we've got our little pieces over here. Let's bring those over that we just cut. And let's move our dies so we don't lose those. Anytime you're dealing with little bitty pieces like this, take my advice. And I've got this little, I confiscated this from my husband. It's one of those little things that mechanics use out in the garage, but don't tell him. I don't think he knows it's in here. It's set on our mantle behind a picture forever, and I confiscated it one day, but shh, don't tell him. But I put my little dies like that in there, and it just assures that I'm not going to lose them. I think I can find that on Amazon. If I do, I'll link it with my Amazon links. So if you are in the market for something from Amazon, I appreciate it if you click my links. Even if it's not one of my items, I still can get a kickback. But I'm going to look for that and see if they have them. I'm pretty positive they do. All right, so now we've got this here. I want to pop this up. And to pop that up, I'm going to use some of my little pieces of, you know, I saved my little bits and pieces that comes off of my, the ends of my Stampin' Dimensionals. You know, when you finish up a pack, you have those little bones, I call them, on the end, and you can cut those off. I cut mine off and I save them because when I need a little piece for something like this, I can very easily bring this in and sit that right there, come right down the end of my piece, something like that, and then I can take my paper snips and just snip that off. And then I can just stick that little piece back. Well, you know what? We're going to use that little piece too, because we're going to go across ways on that. Now, you can buy the adhesive strips, you know, and I use those real often. But if it's for something like this, why not use... Yeah, there he goes. He didn't even come in. He got in the other car. He's going to go and take it to see if we can get a reupholstered or something, the top of it. It's an older car. It was my baby back in the day, but now it's red. It's a G8 GT. It's a beautiful car. I told him if he could get it redone totally, I would drive it again, as long as it wouldn't leave me on the side of the road. But anyway, I miss that car. I miss it a lot. Anyway, so I'm going to put that piece right there, and I'm going to cut this piece off. And all I'm doing is I'm just building my pieces out like that, so that I have my little pieces to put on here. And let me get my take your pick tool. I broke a nail yesterday at Walmart. We went shopping when my husband got off. He took a half a day yesterday, and we had to run out and run quite a few errands. And we're still battling with our dishwasher, so we might end up having to replace it. I'm not sure yet. But I got one picked out if we do. Yes. I remember went so many years and did not have a dishwasher. And when I married Dennis, he had one in his house. And I wouldn't use it. I was intimidated by it. I got over that fast. But I'm going to sit that down. You see what I'm doing? I'm sitting it down on that big star right there. It was my car was a it was a Pontiac G8 GT. So it was it's a very fast car. It's got a 6.0 motor in it. I love that car. It was just so much fun to drive. But Pontiac went belly up, and it was a sad day in my life when Pontiac went away, because I always loved a Pontiac. They were always very good driving cars. They hugged the road really well. Let's see, let's put this one right here. You know what, I'm gonna space these out a little different. I'm gonna put this one here. And the reason for that is because I got to die cut this piece. And if you notice, I had trouble getting that on. Let's wait and put these on afterwards. You know, you learn from your mistakes. And I'm going to wait and put that on after we get everything else together. I am going to take a piece of white, and I need a heavy piece, and that's not a heavy piece. When I say heavy, I mean the thick basic white. It makes beautiful card bases. Okay, there we go. I'm going to use, you know, I thought about using the shimmery white. I don't know. I'll stay with this. Let me put these plates back over here. I got way too much stuff on my desk already. So I'm going to cut this in half. Again, the 11-inch side at the top. Line it up at 5.5. And I'm going to slice it. And I'm going to go ahead and slice this piece as well, because I know I'm going to need a piece that is 3 3/4. This is for my inside. 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to lay these other pieces over here. So that's going to be our inside piece. This is going to be our card base. So I'm going to go ahead and score this at 5.5. Oh, 4 1/4. Boy, I just about messed that one up, didn't I? Whoops. I got it though. Alrighty. So here we go. Good score. I'm going to turn it over. I like that raised side that we scored down into. I like that to be the part that I fold into. I don't know how y'all do, but I find that I get a much better fold, a more even fold, than I do folding it the other way. For some reason, I think you lose a little bit of, you lose something in the transition or something. I don't know. All right, so that's going to go on here like so. And I need to cut another piece out of this, but I think I'm gonna stamp and then die cut. If you notice in the dies, what did I do with my dies? Dun, dun, dun. Well, y'all know I just had them because I had them in my hand. And now they're gone. Oh, they're sticking right here in front of me. This has a beautiful label in it. See that label? And it cuts that 1 sentiment out perfectly. So I'm going to use that for my sentiment. But we're gonna emboss it with some silver embossing powder because I think it's just pretty that way. So instead of putting this down and trying to stamp my image in that small area, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Not really different. I'm just going to do it my way. I'm going to take the sentiment, wishing you the best and brightest holiday season, and I'm going to take that out and I'm going to put it right here. Do I want to use a stamp positioning tool? I think I do, because a lot of times with Versamark you may have to stamp twice. So my new favorite tool is my stamp wheel. I'm so glad I love it because when I got it I wasn't sure, but I do love it. And hopefully the people that make the Misty will not come after Alter New. I don't think they can, because if you see what they've got a patent on theirs. So, because theirs is a whole different, no magnets. This is photopolymer behind it, and everything just sticks to it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Can y'all tell I love it? So I'm going to pick that stamp up, and I'm just going to do a little flip number on it like that. And I'm going to grab my Versamark, and I'm going to ink that up. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Not too late, because I can just sit this over here. I forgot to use my little embossing buddy, so I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to give this piece a nice little rub right here in the corner. Now, if the embossing powder gets on this and causes it not to be sticky, just peel it up. You take it to the sink and wash it with a little warm soapy water, rinse it off, let it air dry, and it's just like a photopolymer stamp. It's good to go again. So I am going to bring this down right about there and give it a good press. Just like that. Oh, that looks pretty. But you know what? I'm going to do it one more time just to ensure that I'm getting a really good stamp on it. I always like to double stamp my and I love this flipping this wheel. You know, this wheel works in so many different ways, and I'm going to be doing a holiday wreath with it before too much longer, and I think y'all are going to be very impressed, unless you've already seen some videos on it. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. So I'm going to peel that up. See how easy it comes up? Doesn't mess up your paper. Just pull it up just like that. And I can leave that like that, and I can actually clean that stamp right from this. But I'm going to lay this over here. I hope nothing goes banging down here in a minute. Maybe I need to lay this over here. Alright, I'm going to bring out my embossing powder, and I want my silver. And the embossing powders that Stampin' Up! Sells are beautiful. They're very fine detailed embossing powder. And they come 3 jars. You can get the basic, which is your white, clear, and black, or you can get the metallics, which are silver, gold, and bronze. So isn't that beautiful? Wait till we heat emboss this bad boy. So let me grab my heat gun. Now y'all know it's gonna be loud. I'm gonna try not to talk while this is heating up. So y'all just talk amongst yourselves, okay? Yeah, May does have one. In fact, I bought mine from her. And the reason I got it from her is because I'm a member of her stamp club. So I got 15% off of it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to let this heat up before I take it to the paper. So give me just a minute. Now the stamp wheel is pricey. It's $99, but it really is a game changer in your stamping. And not only your stamping, but because you've got that that photopolymer backing, you can put stencils down over top of cardstock, and they hold to the to that photopolymer, and they don't move. So I'll be demoing more of that. So if you want to watch some demos, or just go out there and put in Ultra New stamp wheel, and there's a lot of people that's done a bunch of tutorials on it, because I watched quite a few before I made a decision to buy it. And I was on the fence for a long time, but you know what? I was really glad I did, because I love it. Look how pretty. Don't you love to emboss? I'm going to go ahead and go behind it. Now you can order it directly from Ultra New, or you can go to May Made It and order it from her. So I ordered it from her because I like to support people that mean something to me, and May was my mentor. I could not do what I do if it had not been for May. I always tell her, I told her when I first met her, and she's younger than me by a good many years. I told her, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. I think you'll like it, Tina. I don't recommend things that I don't like. I never have. So, oh, hey, Brian. I didn't see you come in. So, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get my die, and we're going to cut this out. And see, to me, it's just much easier to put it over top of the area than it is to try to stamp in that area. So I prefer to do it this way. I'm going to go up just a hair. Something like that. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to use one of my little Post-it flags to hold this down on both sides. I do not want this to shift, because once you get this where you want it, you definitely want it to cut right where you have it. So try not to stick it on that foil, because I don't want my tape to lift that foil up. But now we can bring back the beast. It's not the beast. This is my buddy right here. I told Phyllis just got her one, and she had the little one, and I have problems with my little one, and y'all see me struggle with it, but this big one has never ever given me a problem. I say that, and now it's probably not gonna cut. I hope so. I hope I don't have any problems with it. So I'm gonna stick this down, and I'm gonna kind of, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut this, because I want to angle this. I never like to go in on a straight edge. I like to angle, so I'm just going to cut that off like that. I got a nice little scrap. Anytime I got a flat edge, I try to go in at an angle rather than going flat in. And the reason for that is it takes the stress off of your die and your machine if you angle it, and you won't get that loud popping like you do. See, that went through, and no popping or cracking at all. Alright, we got that cut. I believe that's going to be all the die cutting we have to do. So maybe we can put the boss man back out of our way. And let's go ahead and peel this off. Did good. It didn't. These things right here, these are on my Amazon list of things that aren't Stampin' Up! That I use all the time. I love those things. They are just awesome. All right, this is a much better thing to do. Decide where you want your sentiment to go. Like so. It needs something behind it. Let's see what kind of pretty ribbon we've got. Oh, this is pretty. This is pretty. Oh, that's pretty too. I got pretty ribbon, y'all. This one right here is in our, this is the silver and white, and this comes in the Winter Meadow collection. I think I'm going to put a piece of this behind that. I think it will make it pop. I didn't do it on the other card, but I think I'm going to like that. So, you know, I always say your first card is like your first pancake. It never turns out exactly the way you want it. And, oh, you got you some, Kathy? Aren't they the greatest things ever? I love them. So, yeah, I told Phyllis about them way back when, before I even set up my Amazon store. And, I found I was recommending stuff to people all the time. And I thought, why not get a little bit of a kickback from Amazon by me setting up my own little online store out there. And so like I said, even if you don't order the items that I have, if you decide you're going to order something else, if you go to one of my links and then click off of it and go order whatever you want, I'll still get a little kickback. Not as much as if you buy the products that I have out there, but you know, it's like this. Every little bit helps. So let's, oh, that's so pretty. Maybe I want to double wrap it. What do y'all think? I think I do. I'm going to use a little bit of Stampin' Seal. And I know I want it to be down here at the bottom. So I'm going to put a piece like that and a piece right here. Just enough so I have something to catch that ribbon in. And then I'm going to lay that down right there. And then I'm going to bring it around and let it catch right there. I want to make sure it's not pulling too tight because you don't want your card to buckle because of it. But like that. And do I want to wrap it? I think I want to wrap it again. And I'm going to come up a little bit higher with it this time. So it looks like that. And I still got a little bit of Stampin' Seal that's going to catch it. So that worked out good. Now where's my... Y'all know I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. I should grab my fabric scissors, but that's okay. We'll just whack it with these. It'll work. Oops, this has got to go up or down or something. That's not quite where I wanted it. I wanted it like that. And then when I put this down on top of it, I don't know if I like that now that I put it on there. What do y'all think? Oh, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Like I said, you know, every little bit helps. And my husband's getting ready to retire, so we're going to be doing that fixed income thing where we're going to be, he's already talked about, I might have to get another job. I told him I already have one. It's crafting with all of y'all. I'm going to do it like that. I think I like it better like that. So I'm going to put a piece of Stampin' Seal right on top of that just to hold it. Well, you know what the Stampin' Seal did? It just came up on my finger. Let's see if we can go this way. Oh, that's better. I got it on my finger again, y'all. Okay, glue dots, where are you? When all else fails, pull out your glue dots, right? So I'm going to grab a glue dot, and I'm going to put that glue dot right here, and I guarantee you that's going to hold that ribbon in place. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to take this piece, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on it. Oh, Susie, listen, honey, don't be afraid. I know that's easier said than done when it's you that's going under the knife, but I had mine done on both eyes, and it was a walk in the park. I went in, and they numbed my eyes with eye drops. A few minutes later, they had me back in the chair. They used this little instrument that holds your eyes open. The scariest thing for me was being awake. I thought, why can't you just put me out? Well, they said I needed to be awake for it, so I was awake. I felt nothing but a little bit of pressure. And I felt a little bit of pressure, and I saw all of these beautiful colored lights. And that was it. I was over. They put a patch on my eye so I wouldn't rub it. That's the worst thing, is rubbing your eye after it's over. So they don't want you to rub your eye. You know what? I need a silicone craft sheet to go under here so I don't stick to my desk. But it was easy. It was so easy. Your eyes will feel a little scratchy and itchy the day after. But other than that, it was a walk in the park. And I had the corrective lenses put in my eyes, so I don't have to wear readers. So I can see really good. Once in a while in the mornings when my eyes are really dry, I might struggle a little bit, but I'll use some eye drops and then I'm good to go. So what are y'all thinking about that so far? Isn't it pretty? I'm going to turn these over and I'm going to use some mini glue dots on the back of this. And I'm just going to put one mini glue dot right in the middle of each of these stars. And this one. This works out much better if you decide where you want your sentiment first and then get everything else on after you get your sentiment down. Because you see what happened on this one. I've got my stars over it. So there's that hindsight kicking in. You know, it's 2020 and the rest of our vision is not so good. Oops, I don't want to go up that high. I don't want it hanging off the card. So we're going to come down to about there. And I'm going to put one right here on this one. And then we're going to do one of these over here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on one of the stars, as long as you're somewhat close to it. It doesn't have to be right on it. If you get it on it, it's great. And if you don't, then, you know, they're still beautiful stars, right? So pretty. I love this set. Wait till you see what I do with it with the manger scene. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, I'm not liking the way this is sitting. I need some more dimensionals under it. I'm going to see if I can implant a dimensional under there by using my Take Your Pick tool. And then over here, it just feels like it's lacking something right up in there somewhere. I'm going to try that again and put one up under here. So I'm going to put that on my Take Your Pick, and then I'll peel the front off of it. And let's see if we can slide that right in here. And it feels like it needs something under here. It's got one under there, but I guess with the ribbon it's just not sitting up quite as high as I want it. It's just not doing what I want it to do. So you know what? We're going to make it do what we want it to do. Jennifer just told me I'm my worst critic. Well, yeah, but that's okay. Okay, pull that out. Okay. Oh my goodness, we ran our dishwasher the other day trying to see if we had fixed it. It looked like Niagara Falls coming out of the bottom of it. Now this is all crooked, y'all. You know, I should have left the ribbon alone. I shouldn't have put the ribbon on it. But I wanted ribbon on it. Where them little ones at? There they are. We're going to stick something over here and see if we can get that to hold down. It's just not wanting to hold down like it ought to. And I know it's because of the ribbon. Nobody's going to want this card by the time I finish with it. Okay. Alright, let's call that did. And let's get our card base over here. This was my card base, I think. And I'm going to put some liquid glue on the back of this because because. Oh, thank you, Rosie. I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I think I've earned so far with me ordering off of it and all of you ordering off of it. I'm not earning a killing by no means. I think I'm up to about $25. But you know what? Every little bit helps. And I appreciate y'all doing that. So as soon as they put that, as soon as Amazon gets that Ultra New stamp wheel, I'll have that on there. But until then, I would suggest, especially if you are a member, if you are a Stamp Club member at Made It, order it from her because you can get $15 off of it just by using your club member discount. So I did. Plus I had $10 in Stampin', oh no, what is it, her rewards. So I got another $10 off of it. So I got $25 off of that $99 wheel. That was the wheel I told y'all about. My postman left it on top of my mailbox and I was livid. I was ready to chase that mailman down and give her a piece of my mind. It's a her. It's not a mailman, it's a mail lady. But I was so upset over that. Can you, I mean, you can just, y'all know. Y'all know. I thought I cut that, but I don't think I did. So let me go and cut an inside for this. Are y'all loving this card? Do you love it like I do? It's really pretty. I think it's so pretty. I love it. I love it. So anyway, like I said, I was so angry with my mail carrier, and I came in and I wasn't feeling good that day. I had a stomach bug, and it was like 99 degrees outside, and I was seething. I'm gonna cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. Don't worry about the measurements. Y'all know all of this is going to be out there on my blog. Give me just a few minutes after the live is over to get everything up and posted, and maybe even give me about an hour to get it up on my blog because it's a little bit of a process. All right, so this is going to go in here, and then this other piece of white that I cut is going to go in here like that. And we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I think I'm going to do a different sentiment on this one. I think I'm going to do Glory to God in the Highest. Because doesn't that card look like Glory to God in the Highest? I think it does. I love Oh Holy Night. I love the stamp set. It is Night Divine. Oh Holy Night is without a doubt my favorite Christmas hymn. From ever since I can remember, I love that song. It depicts everything of what the birth of Christ entails. When I hear that song, I just get goosebumps. I love it. All right, we're going to stamp this, and we're going to stamp it with our Starry Sky, if I can find it. Okay, there's my Versamark is there. What did I do with my... Well, it's missing up there in my case where all of my ink pads are at, so it's got to be here. If anybody sees it, yell at me. My Stampin' Dimensionals were on top of it. I knew it had to be here. Alright. Now this ink pad, because it was one of our newer inks, well, it was last year, but still, they're a lot more juicier than some of the ones that I'm using from, 3-4 years ago. So I'm going to sit that ink up there so I don't put my hand in it. And I'm going to, rule of thumb, if you can line your stamp up straight and get it straight on your block, you got a much better chance of getting it straight on your paper. Or you could do what Connie Stewart does. She'll stamp hers in the corner, so she didn't have to worry about getting them straight. Now, let's hope this works. And looks a little crooked, but you know what? Maymay's out of stock. Oh my goodness. Well, I know she said she'd be getting stuff back in really soon. So I would say check back. Put your name on her email list and she will email you when it comes back in. And they're really good about sending emails out immediately. I think theirs is done on an automated system. So, or you can go to Ultra New and order it. But it's a game changer for sure. And everybody needs a good stamping platform. Don't y'all agree? I'm going to stamp these little stars around here. I'm hoping that's going to camouflage my crooked stamping. I think that'll work, and that still gives us room enough down there to sign our name. We all like to sign our name when we send out our cards, don't we? Got my glue on it, and now I'm going to set it down on here. Get my area nice and lined up, and move that over. I love the wiggle room of glue. I'm going to turn it over and give it a press. And let's close this up, because you know what will happen. I'll either get my hand in it or my card, or perhaps both. So now all we got to do is put this down inside. I know it looks like I'm putting a lot of glue down, but I promise you it's not. So I'm going to lay that in just like that. Give it a press. And there is our card. We got one more thing to add to this before we can call it done. And we need a... Oh, okay, yeah, they do carry Altenew products. So yeah, you might want to check it there, and they might even have it on sale. Who knows? I got mine from Maymay for the fact that I could get that big of a discount. I called because I said I want to use my club member, and I also want to find out how much points I have. And when everything was said and done, I had $10 in points, and I had the 15% off. So I couldn't resist it at that point. Okay, these are the iridescent pearl basic jewels. These things are gorgeous, and I'm going to put one of these in the middle of each of the stars. I'm going to use the bigger one on the big star. I think it just adds a little something. We've got the gems that goes with that, but they're gold. So I will use these probably whenever I do some gold. These are gorgeous, but I don't think they would look good on the silver. So that's the reason I went for the iridescent pearls. These things look good on anything. In fact, I had to make myself a note to order another pack of them. These are in the annual catalog. So again, you don't have to wait for those. The only thing you have to wait for with this is this ribbon and the die and stamp and emboss, the stamps and dies and the embossing folder. Now the dies and the embossing folder come together as a hybrid. Don't you hate it when your little gems don't want to play? That's when you have to make them play. Get right there where you belong. Want it in the middle of that star. There we go. And one right there. And there we go. There's that card, and there's this one. What do y'all think? They're both the same, a little bit different. I got ribbon on this one, but I'm not sure that I like the ribbon. So whoever wins this card, if you decide you want to take this off and redo it, by all means, do it, because this is wanting to kind of move around, and I don't like it. I should have used some glue on it. That's what I should have done. Y'all know when I'm not happy with something, I'm just not happy with it. I'm going to fix it. It tore the paper a little bit, but you know what? That's going to be back on top of it, so I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to go under here. I'm going to put some glue down under this ribbon and stick it down. And then I'm going to put glue on the back of these. I'm going to pull these off and put some more on. I might end up having to redo another piece. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the backers, these all off. Maybe I'll just leave those 3. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to put glue on these. I'm going to get a couple more. What did I do with them? I got plenty. Oops, that's the little ones. Well, I had them just a minute ago. Oh, here they are. I'm going to put one here. This thing's going to lay down whether it wants to or not, because I don't like a sentiment that's not stable, and it did not look stable. So I'm going to pull the backers off of these, and I'm going to put glue on them as well. I'm fixing it, y'all. I'm just going to fix it. So I'm going to put glue on these as well. That just gives us a little extra something something. A little extra adhesion. So let's put this down right here. Now it's not wiggly. Hey Molly, welcome in. Oh my goodness, I've got 23 people watching. Everybody give me thumbs up and share this video if you will, maybe on one of your social media platforms. I would love it. But the little thumbs up over underneath my name, where my mug's at, if y'all will give me thumbs up, you know what that does? That lets the powers that be at YouTube know that people are liking what I'm doing, and then they push my video out there for other people to see, and then they see it and they subscribe and like it, and that's how I grow my channel. And that's what I'm trying to do, is grow my channel. This is my supplemental income, y'all, and it's a labor of love, because I do love what I do. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about those? And you know, I never did zoom y'all back in. Let's get in a little closer so we can see those beautiful cards. Look at those, aren't they? I love the sparkle. Oh, so pretty. They're both the same until you see the ribbon here and the sentiment on the inside. So, we're ready to do our drawing, y'all. It's 3 o'clock, so we've been here about an hour. And guess what? I didn't have to pull one of these out. Does anybody know what these are? If you watch my video, you do. Y'all know. Oh, and I want to thank all of you that have made a comment on my beautiful little great-grandson. Oh my goodness, him is a doll baby. And of course, I know I am partial, but him is a doll baby. I'm going to flip y'all back around, or would y'all rather look at the cards or look at my face? Tom's Mom 92, welcome in. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Is this your first time? So welcome, welcome. Molly's new, and Tom's mom is new, and the other lady that was new was, I'm so bad with names. Lois. Lois is new. So I'd see 3 new people, and then I had seen some of my people that I hadn't seen for a while. So we're going to start doing 2 o'clock every Friday, unless I post it elsewhere. And I know some people don't have, yes, their dog treats. She's sleeping right now. You know, Bella's the one that's always bouncing for her treat. But anyway, let me flip y'all back over so I can talk to you for just a few more minutes. So, oh, I think I've worked up a sweat on that card. Goodness gracious. Yeah, we're so glad to have all of our new people, and thanks to the rest of the group that makes everybody feel so welcome. I have a beautiful, beautiful group of people, and I am so blessed to call y'all part of my stamping family. I love you guys so much. You just don't even have a clue. Y'all mean so much to me. You're so encouraging, supportive, and y'all mean the world to me. So oh, you're a new subscriber. Well, welcome in. I am so glad. I'm so glad to have you here. So thanks again so much. We're going to do our drawing, so make sure you let Jennifer know. Oh yeah, see, when I did it at 12 noon, it was so early for all of you folks that were on the West Coast. So I was trying to pick a time that would work better for everyone. It seems like 2 o'clock is it. We're going to do a drawing. I'm going to flip y'all back down because you're going to tell me if you want this, the card we made, either the one with the ribbon or without the ribbon. Sorry, I think I've talked too much. I need something to drink. Let me bring y'all back down to the craft table. So it will be the one, the first person whose name is drawn will get to pick which card they want. And I give away a prize plus the cards on the first Friday of each month. But on the rest of the days, I give away the cards that I make. So, oh, okay, so your name's Darlene. Well, welcome in, Darlene. It's so nice to have you. And thank you, Brian. Thank y'all all for being so welcoming. Y'all are just a great, absolutely great group of folks. I just love y'all so much. All right, so let's go. The winner for the first name drawn is Brian Dickey. You are our first winner. Jennifer, if you put his name in, and I need you to type it in on the chat. Oh, and Tom's mom, Darlene, wants to be in the drawing. Oh, okay, she's your stamping buddy. Well, thank you for inviting her over, Kathy. Oh, that's great. You know, it's always fun to have somebody to stamp with. I have friends I stamp with, but they're like, Alicia, You want the one without the ribbon. Okay, okay. That one's Brian's. So now the next winner is, oh, and I gotta get a, let me get a sticky note. Hang on. I need to put names on here because my mind, yeah, y'all know the deal. So, Brian. My husband's back. I hear the motor revving. So I'm going to stick Brian's name on the back of this one. And our second winner is Kathy Kelly. Congratulations to both of my winners. Kathy Kelly, you get the one with the ribbon on it. Hope it's not too messed up. Like I said, if you need to take it apart, feel free. But I think I fixed it a little bit better. So congratulations to both of our winners today. I am so happy. Yeah, hey, Phyllis, that's a good thing to call Kathy. We'll call her KK. My daughter had a friend, her name was Kelly. Her first name was Kelly. And when Jennifer was little, because she was 9 years younger than her sister Angel, and she used to call Kelly KK. She had trouble saying Kelly, so she called her KK. And even to this day, I think she still refers to her as KK. So Kathy Kelly, yay! Congratulations! I'm going to flip back over so I can at least say bye to everyone. Thank y'all again so much for tuning in and being a part of my crafty family. I love you guys to the moon and back, and I'm so appreciative of each and every one of you. Every time you watch a video and leave me a comment, anything that you do, whether you shop with me or just like my videos or share my videos, give me thumbs up, it all helps my channel grow, and I'm so appreciative of that. So as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Lord and Savior, Jesus. You know, people can talk about God all they want to, and people don't get uncomfortable. But when you say the name of Jesus, people get uncomfortable. You know why? There's power in the name. So on that note, I'm going to close. I hope everyone has a lovely, fantastic, beautiful weekend. And until next time, God bless and keep you. Mwah. I love you all so much. Bye-bye.